Hello and welcome, everybody. It is Thursday night, so it is time once again for the Tank Show. As you all will notice, I once again have my buddy, pal, and co-host Chattanooga Ed back with me tonight. And we have a special guest, Kenny from Aquatic Marine, host of Aquaticon, here to share some news and details and answer some questions about the upcoming event we have here in Knoxville, Tennessee in just 2 weeks. Before we get too far along and it runs off of my screen, a huge thank you to Fantastic Freaks. $10 super chat says, been a while listening as you finish the work day, listening as he finishes his work day. Looking forward to Aquaticon in a couple of weeks. Thumbs up, pufferfish emoji. PS, be fantastic, fish fam, and hit the like button. Thank you so much, Fantastic Freaks. Appreciate that. Looking forward to getting to hang out with you here in 2 weeks at Aquaticon in Knoxville, Tennessee. And also thank you, Carol Cox, using her member super chat there, saying, here's to good health. Been a member for 15 months. Very much appreciate both of you all. Ed, it's good to have you back, buddy. You have been missed. It's been an interesting month. How are you feeling?
I'm getting better every day. A lot less pain. When I move around, I feel like I'm getting dark sometimes, like I'm about to black out. So I have to go slow sometimes. Next week, they botched both of my attempts of putting a pacemaker in last week. What they did was they were going through my shoulder, which really hurts. They go through my shoulder and then they hooked it all up because they call them leads. It's a wire and they screw it to different. You have 4 chambers to your heart, and they put one lead on each chamber. Well, every time they would take me off the operating table to the table to send me back to my recovery room, one would break off. So after twice, they said, we're just going to leave it in and we're going to let your heart recover because we've already drilled some holes in your heart from these things. And we're going to do it probably next Wednesday or Tuesday. They're going to put a floating one in. So, gotcha. Yeah, fun stuff. So I don't know if I'll be here next week, but I thought I'm feeling good, so I want to try to do this week.
Well, and we're glad to have you here, buddy. I see people coming in with hashtag buttfunk. That's got to be from KG Tropicals. John send over, I'm sure. I don't think Lisa would do that. But thank you all so much for being here. John and Lisa, KG Tropicals, thank you all for the send over. Always very much appreciated. Also, Carol Cox with the $20 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Carol. Really do appreciate the love and support. Saying welcome back. Yes, thank you. Glad to have Ed back. Glad to be back on here. I know I've missed a couple this month just from being sick, and like got sick, got better, got sick. And then with this 15-month-old running around the house, that's a whole different tempo. You know, my boys are going to be 9 and 11 this year. So switching into the gear of a 15-month-old is something else. Real quick, before I jump over to you, Kenny, I want to say thank you to Melissa Jeswald using her member super chat with hashtag buttfunk. She's been a member for 15 months. Also, Melissa, thank you for all the love and support. Appreciate each and every one of you all. I know that there are some people who have mentioned in the stream and that I've talked to that have booked a couple nights at the hotel and have said thank you for getting the promotional deal there. And you've got something special for the people that are going to be around a little bit longer, Kenny, that you've managed to work out with another local company to get free tickets to go see something else after you come to Aquaticon. You want to talk about that tonight?
Yeah, sure. First, let me say, if you haven't liked the Aquaticon page, I encourage you to do that. There's some really cool promotional videos on there. But anyone that attends the Aquaticon gets a ticket. Anybody buys an admission ticket gets a free ticket to the Rainforest Adventures Discovery Zoo over in Sevierville, Tennessee. It's a $17 value ticket. You're paying $18 or $50 to get into Aquaticon, but you get a free ticket to the zoo good through December. Wow. With every paid admission. And VIPs get 2. So if you're VIP, you get 2 tickets.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we're excited about that. It's my favorite place to go when I'm de-stressing. Nobody has to use Find Kenny app to get me. They know where I'm hiding probably. And it's just very relaxing to go over and torture the toucans and Jeffrey the cockatoo and look at the tortoises and just all the different cool things they have there. And I've become really good friends with the owners of the zoo and love that place very much. And it's just, no matter the weather, it's an indoor zoo. You can go in and be inside out of the elements and enjoy everything they have to offer. and they have quite a large selection. The building, you walk up to the building and you're kind of like, I had to look that big, but when you start going through the maze of all these walls that they have built and different things, it's really incredible. So I encourage everybody, even if you don't get to come to Aquaticon, if you're ever in Sevierville, to visit the zoo, Rainforest Adventure Zoo over there.
Absolutely. And I think that's phenomenal because I'm not aware of another show that you go to it and you get a free ticket to another location that's valued at more than what you're theoretically paying for your ticket to the first show. So
yeah. They have a booth at the Aquaticon, and there's no promise, but they were going to try to bring an animal over. They've been short staffed and family emergencies, different things with some of their staff. But I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed, that we can maybe have some kind of reptile or critter there just on display and have somebody from their organization at the show. But if they can't, we may just have brochures laid out and stuff in their booth. But great and wonderful people. It's a wonderful location.
absolutely. I think that's awesome. And I'm glad that they partnered up with Aquaticon and are showing that support, and hopefully they get some additional attention from it. For anybody that's not familiar, I guess, with Aquaticon, do you just want to give us a basic rundown? Somebody that's maybe new to the channel, new to the show, is just now hearing the name Aquaticon.
Yeah, Aquaticon is similar to other shows you see across the U.S. Our primary goal for putting Aquaticon together was to put something in the middle of the eastern seaboard, if you will, so to speak. We're not quite on the seaboard, but close, between Orlando and Chicago, and also try to open it up to people that otherwise may not be able to drive to one of the big cities to attend one of the other shows. And this is our first year. We're going to have about, with sponsors and all, right around 50 booths, raffles, and everything else. So I think it's a really good show to attend. But there's going to be coral vendors, fish vendors. I think we have one reptile vendor. Let me try to pull the map up here.
Yeah, I saw that Dustin's Fish Tanks was recently added on the list.
Yes, he came in. We get a lot of plants from Dustin. We strong-armed him, haha. But he's coming. And then let's see here. Reef Nutrition's there. Seachem's there. Fritz is there. Aquatic Marine's there. And then there's a whole plethora of coral vendors and fish vendors. I know there's a betta guy coming from Colorado.
MB Bettas.
Yes.
Nori Boston, the artist. She's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I saw that on the updates. Of course, LRB, for those of you that are more YouTube oriented, Lucas Bretz, he's going to be there. So he's going to have some shrimp and fish and plants and all those cool things you can get from him.
Tennessee Exotics is going to be there. I can't tell you what they're bringing, but Tennessee Exotics is coming. And then we've got about 3 pending. One's pending some other plans, family situations, and healthcare coverage and different things. So, we got 2 or 3 more that may very well be added, or more. We have a few booths left open. Let's see what else.
I know there are quite a few others that I don't know the names right off the top of my head, but those are just some of the ones that I know people would be familiar with hearing. Real quick, Scuba Stevo's Aquatic's been a member for 4 months using his member super chat. Says, let me use mine. Then Scuba Squad check-in. Miss you too, Scuba Stevo. Looking forward to seeing you here in Knoxville at Aquaticon in 2 weeks, buddy.
There is a cichlid vendor going to be here. I just see that on the map. I can't make out the name, but there is a cichlid vendor.
I think it's Cunningham Cichlids, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like he got added
nice
on there. I think I saw him on the
There's
Facebook.
Cunningham, but there's a booth below it that says Y'all's Cichlids or something. Is he
okay?
What's Cunningham? Do you know what his full name is? Let me look at the spreadsheet.
I do not off the top of my head. Pegasus Arena, while you're looking at that, she did her member super chat, been a member for 16 months. Thank you so much, Rena, for the support. Get it just jumped. Said, happy Ed's back. Baby was due today, but is late. I was actually wondering about that earlier, Rena, because you've been giving us the countdowns, and then we had a couple of weeks we didn't do the show. So we're looking forward to that newest member of the Fish Fam being added.
Yeah, let's just
have
do
to
it
let
right
us
now.
know. Yeah, just go have the baby right now, and just update us, in the chat. Let us know how things are going.
For some reason, Richie Cunningham sounds like possibly the name of Richie Cunningham's Cichlids.
We have
Don't
we have
know.
two cichlid vendors. We have Cunningham cichlids, and then we have Wall Supreme cichlids. He's actually out of Knoxville.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Rod Walls. He's a super nice guy. He'll have some really nice specimens. I have actually been to his place, and he'll have some really nice specimens for sale at Aquaticon. And trying to see.
While you're looking through there, I'm going to take one from the chat. Oink Master Supreme forever. How are you, Oink Master? I hope you're doing well. Saying hello to all of us and hi, everyone. Sending my love to everyone. Ed, I'm so happy to see you. How you feeling?
Well, I'm getting there. I can talk without having to take lots and lots of breaths. So that's a lot better. You know, I haven't taken an oxy for 3 days. I wanted to get off the oxy as soon as I could because that's not good for your kidney. And I only have one kidney. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
yeah.
You gave one to your brother, so you're already short in that department.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's bizarre, but we're getting there. Oh, but the one thing is I feel like I'm the alligator from Peter Pan. You know how Captain Hook put that clock in him? Because I can hear it ticking, my artificial valve. Now, if some people can, if you got good hearing, you'll hear it when you're around me. But like, I always hear this tick, 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 tick. It sounds like a stopwatch. Kind of drives me crazy.
Wow.
Feels like it's coming out of my throat.
Oh goodness. Well, hopefully you'll adjust and adapt to that, so you don't have to. So it doesn't bother you. I know you mentioned to me you were worried about having to listen to it and potentially having to walk around with headphones on, so you didn't have to hear it all the time after the fact. So
yeah, and when I was on the emergency room table, or not emergency room, the operating room, whatever, they had me all cut open, and they found out that my valve was too big for any of the valves they had. So they had to go and call all the other hospitals in the area, and they found one that had a big valve that would fit. So I think I might get the extra click because I've got the extra big valve.
I got
That's
you.
crazy.
Gotcha.
Couple things. Gonna talk about the raffles.
Yeah, I
No,
was
I'd
going to
love
say,
to
because
hear
I know we're not going to keep you all night. So
Yeah.
anything you want to talk about, go ahead. And also, any questions for you, I was going to tell people, go ahead and put @FishroomFever in the chat now, and we'll address those before we let Kenny take off for the night, because I know he's had a long day. Floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, 6:15 this morning. So yeah. Raffles, we're still putting it together. We got a small desktop water box aquarium. We have an Aquarium all-in-one kit, one of their prepackaged bundles given to us by Aquarium. We have some Zoom Ed lighting. We have some cool stickers and stuff that'll be in the VIP bags. And what else? We've got Kessel has donated some lights. We're trying to get one more JBJ 45. Right now we have one JBJ 45 all-in-one with a white cabinet. And it'll either come with a Kessel Tuna Sun for freshwater, or it'll come with a Tuna Blue saltwater. We just got to kind of figure out the logistics there, but we are trying to get a second one. We're trying to go, really generous, if you will, and do two grand prizes, one saltwater, one freshwater. And there's a special, not golden tickets, but they're red and green and yellow, I think, but you'll get special tickets for the two grand prizes, or at least one grand prize, or maybe a second one. If we can get the other tank, we're still trying. Logistics are working that out with our distributor, but and it'll be a black cabinet. So we'll probably put the freshwater light is the plan. I don't know that this is we'll have at least one, but I'm trying to do two. And then probably give a coupon with that to come by the store to let them get some sand and some driftwood, just dry goods to take home with them to help get their scape started, whether they do saltwater or freshwater with each one of those, or at least one. So we may just have to do an alternative drawing where you get to pick and then the other light will raffle off or something like that. But Kessel has been super generous to us and given us two of the latest 360Xs. They're really nice lights. Anybody that's doing LED lighting on a freshwater or saltwater should consider looking at the Kessels. They're very high quality lights. And then we got that. And then there's Gosh, there's a whole pile of stuff in my den at home because I don't have room for it at the store. But there'll be a lot of raffles. I think there's going to be some CChem filters, some skimmers, reactors. I mean, there's just the list. There's going to be quite a few raffles at this event, and you can buy tickets at the show for those. Every paid admission gets one ticket for the grand prize drawing. Every VIP gets 2 tickets. And you just pick, if we have the 2 tanks, you'll get to pick which one you want to put your tickets in. Who knows, you can put one in each.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's, we haven't determined the restrictions yet, but I think we would ask that somebody not win them both, going to the same household, just to be fair to everybody. So that'll be cool. And then, of course, the raffle tickets for all the other items will be a different color. That you can purchase at the table. There'll be a lot of dry goods. I know Aquatic Marine's bringing some driftwood, some extreme foods. I don't know what we're going to be able to stuff into our booth, but we're going to try to bring quite a bit of stuff for those that may not be able to come to the show. Come to the store after the show. But we are going to be open late if you travel into Knoxville. It behooves you. We're what, James, 1.5 miles down the road?
Yeah, not far at all. A straight shot down the road. Yeah.
If you leave the expo and come up the highway 1.5 miles or so, we're on the same side of the expo. You have to do a U-turn because they put the median in the front without checking with me. But anyway, so that's really going to be cool, the raffle tickets. And then we've got speakers. We got Sean Peck coming from Peck Tech. He's going to be talking, doing a demo and talking through freshwater aquascaping on a smaller scale. We got Josh Parrott from Aquatic Marine, who's been rockscaping and has learned a lot from his great dad, but he has also taken it to the next level in his own creative way, working with negative space and stuff. And he's doing a presentation about primarily saltwater, but you can apply a lot of the same things to either or. And then we've got Fish Room Fever is going to be speaking at Aquaticon. And then we're just going to have a big old plush chair somewhere for Ed to chill out in if he makes it to the show. Yeah. And
I'll make it.
Make sure he's breathing. We'll bring an oxygen tank. I got a huge green one, but we'll be ready for you, Ed. So a lot of good things are happening, and there could be more changes to that as time goes on. The concession stand will be open by the Expo Center. We didn't bring food trucks in or anything else. We just wanted to focus on the show and just let them provide food and things out of the concession stand. I don't know what the menu is going to look like. We will have security on site. Gosh, if anybody's got questions, I'll take them. There's just so much going through my head.
I've got one here for you. It's from Chad Krotz. It says, my wife's been on my case about African dwarf frogs. So question for Aquatic Marine, what are the chances of picking some up after Aquaticon?
Really good. African dwarf frogs is something we try to keep in. We usually try to keep the albinos and what are the others? Just brown. I'm not the freshwater guy, but just being transparent and honest. But we do help sell them. I'll make a note, and we can try to stock up on some extras that week.
And you guys, when he was talking about coming by Aquatic Marine, it is an amazing store. I challenge anybody to find a cooler looking fish store than what he has. And I love going to fish stores, but Kenny has taken his store to a whole nother level, and it's amazing. So it's worth the trip to Knoxville. Even though Aquaticon's awesome, you make sure you have a chance to go by his shop because it is just an amazing shop.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ed. That really makes me feel good. It's been a labor of love for this August will be 3 years, and we've done nothing but continue to try to remodel and make the store better. And in fact, I think some of you that's been here, we have Cichlid Island in the middle of the store, not the middle, but the middle back section. Well, after Aquaticon, and I have a little bit of time to breathe, maybe 2 days, I have another island of Mars aquarium systems to add to expand our freshwater even further. Wow. So there is another big addition coming to the front section of the store. We are actively looking for a warehouse because we will not be able to receive some of our larger orders at the store once we do this. we're definitely growing. We're definitely continuing to stay on the path with the business model that has been put together. But I do appreciate you saying that, Ed. And I think that everyone and if you come through Knoxville and you come in and you're passing through, even if you don't buy something, just mention to our staff it's your first time in. And even though you don't buy anything, we'll give you your first time visitor's gift. We always try to greet first time visitors and first time customers and give them a little gift to take with them. So if you're ever just passing through, we're not that far off 75, literally a couple miles.
Yeah.
Stop with the family and just look around. Had a lady this week driving back to Detroit from Florida, and she stopped in the store, and she actually bought some fish. She was deadheading home, so she bought a few fish, and she got her gift. So yeah, we get people that stop in, but we get regulars from Chattanooga. There's people that come. Actually, I'll tell you this story real quick. It's been about 4 weeks ago. There was a couple from Chattanooga that came up, and they got here right at like closing on Saturday night, and it was like, I don't know, about 20 till 7 or so. And at 5 till, we make our announcement. Hey guys, we close in 5 minutes. Please make your final selections. We had 4 or 5 customers in the store, and so we're trying to wrap up, top off, and get out of here. Well, they didn't buy anything, and I didn't know who they were until the next day. We got back at 11 o'clock on Sunday to open, and they're in the parking lot.
Oh,
and I'm like, and I walked up and I thought, did they buy a fish and it died? It's the first thing that goes through my head. You see somebody the next day is like warranty claim. So I was just like, okay. So we came in, unlocked. As soon as we flipped the open sign on, they came in. And I said, hey guys, did y'all sleep in the parking lot? I was just trying to be funny. They didn't have anything in their hands. And they're like, no, we just got here late. We thought you were open later and we should have looked at Google, blah, blah, blah. But we were visiting stores and your store was so cool. We wanted to come back. So they drove home Saturday night to Chattanooga, drove back Sunday morning just to come back in the store, and they bought a bunch of coral that day.
That's
so
awesome.
That makes me feel good that people have that much respect and appreciation for what we've done. So I appreciate what you said.
It would be easy for me, since, I'm 3 minutes away, to kind of get jaded to the fact or take for granted how much you've done there. But it still amazes me, everything you've done with that store since you took over, knowing what it was before and where you've brought it to now and how much you've put into it. I'm very, very grateful, because I know a lot of people don't have what I have right next door to me, So
yeah. I've actually gotten a few emails to that fact of this. People have seen pictures online. We've gotten messages. Man, I would give anything if your store was in my town, and I want to respond and say, hey, get a job transfer. but all I can do is invite them to come see us, But I do appreciate that. And we are continuing to work on things.
Definitely. Sarah J. Sieber would like to know, will Aquatic Marine be open directly after the event on the same day?
Yes, we are going to be open until 9 p.m. on Saturday night. So anybody that attends the show, the raffles will be probably, I think the grand prize is slated right now, and this is just all hypothetical, but I think about 4:30, we're going to do the grand prizes. And then at 5, we'll probably start the raffles, because it's probably going to take an hour to do them all. There's going to be quite a few, and people can still shop during the raffles. So yeah, we're planning on being here. I say 9, we'll probably say 8, but if there's people here, we'll continue to be here. But my staff is prepared to work late that night, and then we'll be back Sunday, 11 to 5 for anybody that stays overnight. We may actually try to open a little early on Sunday morning for anybody that's traveling. We may actually try to get a couple people to come in at 9 and open up early, just for people that attended Aquaticon, in case they want to come try to use their coupons before they get on the road. But and we haven't decided exactly what the details are, 10, 15, 20%, but we're going to do some kind of coupon for everybody that attends Aquaticon, because the 2 reasons we did this is, one, we wanted to do something for the hobby and bring a show of a larger magnitude. And I'll be honest, it's not quite as big as I wanted it to be this year, but it's our first year. And I think a lot of people are sitting back just waiting to see how we do. And that's perfectly fine. I totally get that. It's a huge financial investment for us, but we wanted to bring it to here for their hobby and just make an awareness of the hobby, but also to grow our business and make people aware of Aquatic Marine. That's the 2 basic fundamentals. And they kind of go hand in hand, because we support hobbyists every day in what we do. So just trying to pull it all together and stuff. So we're excited.
Absolutely. I'm going to grab a couple of super chats here real quick. Melissa Jeswald had a question, and I'm sorry, Melissa, it took me a second to get to it. But as Kenny will admit, he's not really the freshwater guy. So I wanted to grab the Aquaticon stuff first. But she did a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Melissa, for the support there. Never expected, but always appreciated. Says, I got 2-cylinder cichlid fry with an order of snails. Their fry getting to 2 inches now, but one is acting aggressively. Advice on cylinders.
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm not, it's one thing I always tell my people: if you don't know, just say you don't know.
Right. They're a Tanganyika, if I'm not mistaken. And if memory serves me correct, they're one that a lot of people will do as a solo fish or as a pair because of the aggressiveness. They do have some territorial. They have a territorial personality. So you definitely, if you're going to have them in the same tank and they're not going to pair off, they're not going to be a pair. Make sure that you've got plenty of hiding spots and plenty of territorial areas so that they can get their own locations. I think they get to like 5 or 6 inches, if I remember correctly. So you'll want a decent bit of room for them. Definitely lots of sight breaks, lots of rock and decor that breaks line of sight. And like I said, areas for them to have their own locations. But if they're getting to 2 inches now, it may be that they're getting towards starting to sexually mature. So it may be that time where you find out whether they're going to be a pair or whether you've got two that are just going to fight each other all the time. So I would keep an eye out for that. But, make sure you've added in lots of line of sight breaks and locations that they can claim as their own. So hopefully they don't fight too much. Then we did have one from Fantastic Freaks. I saw something about a store tour. So there we go. Fantastic Freaks using his membership super chat. Been a member for 20 months on Team Snowball. And of course, a member of the Fish Room Fever family of channels. So I encourage you to check him out. It says, trick question, perhaps. Thinking of doing a store tour video while in Tennessee before heading home. Any suggestions?
In East Tennessee?
Yes. Yeah, okay. He's coming to the show. So
all right. So in Knoxville, you got Aquatic Marine. You got Aquatic Marine. You got Aquatic Marine. I'm just kidding. I don't care. I mean, this is the thing. I love all hobbyists and wish everybody success. But, as a business owner, I want to be the best. But there is the Aquarium in Knoxville. There's JKS Aquatics out west. That's the main ones that I know of in Knoxville that sell water sell fish and corals and things.
Yeah, JKS Always Swimming or whatever. They're mostly kind of saltwater, and they're got like a littler store, but not saying that they're bad. They're basically a little saltwater joint. And then the Aquarium isn't as friendly, so you better ask permission because you may not get it if you go in there and try to do a store video of it.
That would be, I would agree with that 100%. Unless you're kind of a bigger channel or you know the people personally, they've never really been open to any type of videography. So I would focus that time on getting some really quality shots at Aquatic Marine in Knoxville, Tennessee, and possibly if you feel like checking out Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics down in Ed's area. Those would be the two Tennessee ones that I would check out if you're doing.
I love Rob down in Chattanooga. You got Aquatic Aesthetics, and then
we also have Fish Mania. By Ethan, and Ethan's a super nice guy.
Yes,
he's downtown. He bought a store that's been open since the early 70s, and he's rehabbing it, and it's a lot of fun how he's doing it.
I actually shopped at that store in the early 90s.
Wow!
That was probably when Ethan was still in diapers, but Ethan's done a fabulous job with that store.
It was so strange. Every one of my nurses knew Ethan. As soon as they knew I was a fish guy, they said, "Oh, do you know Ethan from?" It's crazy. Yep. Yeah. He was a pretty popular kid in high school.
There's one more store up on East Brainerd,
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle, so there's another one.
That guy, he has a real pretty store, but he doesn't like YouTubers, so I don't use him.
Okay.
There's actually another guy in Cleveland who has the Aquatic Den, but I don't really reckon. He's just a grump, and I won't give. He was originally, I thought he was going to be my main guy after I test fish store owners, and I see if they're con men or if they're going to be good, by asking them questions like, is this fish going to work in this 10-gallon tank? And if they say yes, and that's what happened is Bermuda Triangle, I asked if this Emperor Angel would be fine in this BioCube. And he said, oh, yeah, you're going to be totally fine. So I lost my trust with him the first day I met him. The guy in Cleveland, he was honest. He's just kind of a grump. So I wouldn't even go in there either. But there's also, he might be coming through Nashville, and there's one fish store in Nashville. There's, what's it called? Aquatic Critter?
That sounds right.
And the thing about them is they're just always really packed, like tight, because they're the only fish store in the biggest city in the state, which is so bizarre. But that's
no. I think those are good. I think those are good answers. Because Ed and I will give any place a chance once to check it out and see what it's like. But we don't give our quote unquote seal of approval lightly.
You all have done store tours before, like in Atlanta, haven't you?
We've been all over the place.
In Cincinnati, we've done them everywhere.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Oh, if you go to Orlando, you got to go to Top Shelf Aquatics and Worldwide Corals. If anybody ever goes down there, those places are fabulous. I've been to those, and I've set my bar a little bit, kind of like Top Shelf. We're getting their constant upgrades and work in that direction.
That's not a bad thing.
We've got to get those next year when we go to Aquaticon. Or, not Aquaticon.
Yes.
The competition down there.
Well, Kenny, I know we've kept you a little over a half an hour plus the time spent beforehand. I know you've had a long day. I do very much appreciate you, not just for coming on, but for everything you've done for the hobby. The fish store, the putting on the show, everything. You've always been a great guy, and I've always very much appreciated you being an addition to my life as part of my fish keeping hobby. So
thank you. If anybody has questions, let me just throw this out there. You can go to the aquaticmarine.net page. There's an email for Aquaticon. You can send an email to aquaticon@aquaticmarine.net if you have questions about attending or anything like that, or you can just call the store and ask your question. If the store doesn't know, you can just leave a message and I'll call you back. But I would ask that everybody go to the Aquaticon Facebook page. There's an announcement video about the free tickets for the zoo. Share that video, share the event. We are advertising in 50 cities on Craigslist. A lot of people go to Craigslist for aquarium deals. If they're upgrading, downgrading, and selling, it's a great place to go without the policing of social media to sell fish aquariums and things. So we're advertising there in 50 cities, trying to really get the word out. I don't know how many rooms is booked at the hotel over here. If you do try to, Ed was telling me before we came on that if you just call them up and try to book, the rate's not there. You have to book through the website to get our, what is it, $84, Ed?
Yeah, it's an amazing deal because it's $174 if you call them up straight.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And we negotiated for several weeks, and they've been very kind to us. They're a newer property in Knoxville, and they're one of their new managers, assistant manager, or one of the managers, general manager, I can't remember exactly what her title is. She's a saltwater enthusiast, and she had just moved here when I went in to tour the hotel and stuff. So that worked out really well. And I think she helped, because she's into saltwater, I think it helped favored the Hilton side toward us. But we were able to get that. But we're here to help any way we can. And just, if anybody knows a vendor at the last minute that's available, have them give us a shout. Go on the page. There's a few booths left in the floor plan.
Well, if I may, Kenny, because this group's all about coming in right at the buzzer. I've got 3 quick questions for you.
All right, no worries. I'm in no hurry. I'm good.
All right, good deal. Bird Garden with $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Rack. Bird Garden, I'm hoping to see you there. Hopefully the schedule allows. Says, will Aquatic Marine have koi food at Aquaticon?
Wow. Gosh, I want to be able to tell you something so exciting, but I can't. Yes, we will have food. It's a brand new food getting ready to hit the market. They are setting up their bagger right now, and it's going to be some of the best food to ever hit the market for koi food.
Wow.
I can't even tell you the name of it. I think that somebody would get upset with me, but it's going to be, it's bagged and built right in one of our border states, and I'm excited about it. And I got a picture of the bag today, and they got their big bagging machine set up. And so, yes, there will be koi food at Aquatic Marine, at the booth at Aquatic Marine in the Aquaticon, but there'll also be some at the store.
Nice.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome.
And Rack Burgarden, thank you again for that love and support. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Rustic Nashville, using her member super chat, wanted to know, Kenny, will you be taking mystery snails and plants to the show? If not, I'll stop by the store. Thanks.
Yeah, we're because of just all the complexities we have to take care of, the music, the DJing, I mean, just all the different things of it, livestock, and also being the host, I didn't want to compete with my vendors. I love vendors. Josh and I and other staff members, Colin, that work for me, we used to do coral shows, and we still have our coral rack. It's one of the nicest. It's aluminum. I mean, we really went all out and we did that. I just don't want to compete against my vendors that I've asked to come and travel. I mean, there's a guy coming from Colorado. I'm not going to bring bettas to the show and sell bettas when he drove, what, 20 hours? I don't know, 26 hours, whatever it takes to get from Colorado to here. So for livestock, it will just be available at the store. And Dustin's plants, we buy Dustin's plants every week. We get a shipment from Dustin. So he's coming to the show. So I'm hoping he brings enough to fill up 2 tables. So I do think that there'll be a lot of stuff there. But if you can't find what you need at the show, we will be open at the store. And, you know, as long as our suppliers keep bringing them in, we should have a really well-stocked store for that weekend.
Absolutely. You know, I think that's a very good point on not competing as the host with the vendors that are coming in. I like that philosophy. And then this one for you, Kenny, because you are more of a salt guy than either one of us here. Sarah J. Sieber was asking, I have a 29-gallon mixed reef, 2 clowns, and a tiny blenny that's red and white. Ideas on another fish that would fit in other than cardinals?
I love green chromis, the blue-green chromis. They shade well. They school together. I also like fire gobies, the red and white fire gobies that they school. They do better in groups of 3, 2 to 3. I always recommend 3. But they'll stay out. So with a chromis, it's a lot of activity. But yeah, you can have some chromis. You can have up to 29 inches of fish, roughly, is the guide. Depending on how well you do your maintenance, you can have a few extra inches. So, you know, just keep an account how big the fish are going to get. But, you know, I always tell people, have the fish you want. Don't put a tang in a 29, but have the fish you want. But just be prepared if they do outgrow your system in a year or so, to work with your local store or find a home to go to a better tank and do some trading and livestock credit, that kind of stuff. That happens with us weekly. People have a fish that, hey, I think it's getting too big. So yeah, just be prepared to do that. But chromis and fire gobies would be a great addition.
Very nice. Kenny, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm looking forward to Aquaticon, and I'll see you in a couple days for another meeting. I appreciate you. Drive safe, my friend. Get you some rest. I know you've had a very, very long day.
I have. Hey, you rest up, because Monday we have a whole punch list of things to go through. We're down to the final hour here, and we got to get it all worked out. So I'll see you Monday.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny from Aquatic Marine, host of Aquaticon. Have a great night, buddy.
It's all right. We're gonna talking to him, man.
It is. I could talk to him all night. Definitely.
He's probably one of my favorite things about his awesome stores when he's there. I always ask, is Kenny here, so I can at least talk to him for 2 minutes, because he's such a busy guy. But yeah, he's an awesome guy.
And in case I missed it, that was Sarah J. Sieber was using her member super chat. They've been a member for 14 months. Thank you for that love and support, Sarah. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you again. Yeah, that's got to be fun. Get to see a lot of awesome people here in a couple of weeks. Fantastic Freaks was asking, I know I bounced around there a little bit. I wanted to kind of cram in those questions for Kenny before we let him go. That way he could get home and get some rest for tomorrow. But Fantastic Freak says, the real question, perhaps, who has the better angelfish or puffer selection? Aquatic Marine does look really, really cool with the bits I've seen. I feel like I have always seen a good variety at Aquatic Marine, and you could definitely, not that I'm trying to throw my videos out there, but you could definitely go back and look at a couple of the store tours that I've done in the past of Aquatic Marine and get a good idea. And fantastic. I think you've been there for some of those live streams. But I think they've got a really good variety. I'm sure Rob's got a decent variety as well at Aquatic Aesthetics in Chattanooga.
I don't know. He always keeps pea puffers.
Yeah.
And he tries to keep figure eights and Amazons, but as soon as he gets them, he sells out. And he takes, the long road where he takes them home and deworms them and stuff. So it's like almost a waiting list sometimes with Rob on the bigger ones. And Rob doesn't have huge tanks. He tries to keep pretty much mostly small fish. So that he doesn't normally have any large puffers unless you order them.
Gotcha.
But he does have an amazing video. If you go to his website, he has, I think it's a horned puffer blowing itself up, just doing the exercise at his store. He just saw it blowing up, so he videotaped it. And it's only like a 10-second video, but it's amazing. It's worth just going to Aquatic Aesthetics to see that. You'd like that, Austin.
That is pretty cool. Let's see. Fish Tank Barn with $5 super chats is looking forward to Aquaticon. Sorry, just got back from the Fish Club meeting. Hey, appreciate you being here, Fish Tank Barn. No apologies necessary. Looking forward to hanging out with you. It's always a good time when we get together. And thank you so much for that super chat, my friend. Always appreciate your support.
For sure.
All right. Let me get back on track here. I did a bunch of bouncing around. If I missed anything, I am just at Fish Tank Barns going to Texas Fish Room. So if it was something above that I somehow missed, I very much tried not to. I apologize, but feel free to throw that back in the chat. We've still got about 15, 18 minutes. We'll get to all that. Texas Fish Room, been a member for 17 months using his membership chat there, saying, good evening, y'all. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you. Appreciate you being a member and appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Let's see. Levi's Aquariums and Terrariums says, Fish Room Fever, I got my first pet bass. That's cool. That is very cool. That's always been something I've been interested in doing, but have not. So I'm always glad to see other people doing that. And I think those are always neat tanks.
I agree. I've always wanted a bluegill tank. Different type of sunfish. There are some amazing sunfish out there, guys. And you don't have to have a heater. Pretty cool. And they eat worms.
They do, yeah. Scuba Stevo's Aquatics would like to know, are we on for crafted?
Yes, we're going to do crafted. I don't know what I'm going to craft. I can't really move my arms very well right now. So maybe I'll try a fish. I don't know. I haven't actually done any crafts or painting or anything just because it hurts quite a bit when I move my arms. Mostly I just sit around and I do pet the cats. That's about it. That Nico's going to be so spoiled by the time this is
just
done.
do an hour of petting Nico.
Yeah.
People will be all right with that.
We'll see if we can give him a part or something.
Nice. Steven P 2003 Aquatic's been a member for 7 months. Thank you so much for that, Steven. Saying Ed is back. Fish fam is saved. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know about that.
The Fish fam is saved. Tennessee Fish Mafia back in full swing with Chattanooga Ed being back in the wings here.
And we're going to have some Tennessee Fish Mafia merch debut at Aquaticon. And I've already got it in my house.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to that very, very much. Chad Crot's been a member for almost 2 years now, 22 months. Chad, been around a while, and I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. Using his membership chat, says, excited about my first Fish Nerd convention. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, I love checking out all the vendors and, finding the goodies there to be had at the convention. But my favorite thing, as I've said many, many times, is hanging out with other fish people, people from the Fish fam on YouTube, just other hobbyist nerds in general. So it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you are as well. Sarah J. Sieber, the Savannah Darter, I love that you changed that on there, says, one more thing. We talked my sister's boyfriend into coming as well, so I can't wait for road trip time. I'll be quiet now with some teary-eyed laughing faces. That is awesome, Sarah. For anybody that doesn't know, Sarah is bringing her sister as a birthday gift to the show. So I thought that was cool. And now sister's boyfriend's coming along as well. It's awesome getting more people into the hobby and into the convention and just having a good time. So I'm glad to hear it, Sarah.
And Knoxville's a really fun town too. So like if they're not into the fish, maybe that evening you could take them downtown or to there's this downtown area that has like all these awesome bars and restaurants, and it is a lot of fun. I went down there with Sean we just saw a movie at an old movie theater that it's part of where he works. And it was amazing how cool downtown Knoxville is.
It is.
It's a college town, so you got to expect, I think, something.
Yeah, and that's not far from the UT campus downtown, isn't? So it's well kept up for a downtown area. Sometimes you get a downtown area and it's not done well, but they've put a lot into it because there's a lot of foot traffic that goes through there. So it's nice. You've got a little bit for everyone down there. Pegasus Arena says, Kaya wants me to type for her. Happy Ed is better. Wish mommy luck on Anna being here soon.
Awesome.
Definitely. She's so sweet. And that's Pegasus Arena's 7-year-old there that wanted that typed. Very, very cute. Very cool.
I was going to say something, but I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
I was thinking, would it help her to have the baby if she sat her child on her tummy?
Just bounce it out of there. Just
kind of help it flow.
Just give a little push. I think we're going to stay away from the medical advice on childbirthing.
Yeah, I don't know much about babies.
We're going to move right along into Kelly Foreman using her membership super chat there. Thank you so much, Kelly. Been a member for a couple of months. Very much appreciate you. It says Nico is back. Fish fam is saved. And there you have it. There's the real one. Nico is back. Yeah, so Fish fam is saved.
He's looking around the room right now.
We've got a new member here. Wet socks. I'm not usually a fan of wet socks, but in this case, thank you so much. Welcome to the team. Thank you for being a part of the Fish Room family, Fish Room Fever family. Still not 100%, but I'm getting there. Welcome to the team. Team Bristle Nose. Appreciate you becoming a member, and I hope you enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff. Got a bunch of stuff back there for you. And now that Ed's getting better and all that, we've got some projects we're going to be working on, and you'll get to see some of the bloopers and a little sneak peek of that once we get it rolling. That's going to be fun. That's the big thing we're all looking forward to. Those of us behind the scenes that know about this project is the new project coming to
a new project.
The Fish Room Fever brand, if you will.
One of our missing Tennessee guys.
Yeah. We got so many Tennessee people. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I do want to say for anybody that's still hanging out, we've got 105 people watching. If you've got questions or comments, please throw them out there in the chat. Just put @FishRoomFever. It doesn't need to be a super chat. It doesn't need to be a members chat. That just happens to be what's popping up right now. So that's what I'm reading. But just like Fantastic Freak, he's got a highlighted one here. It says, curious if you or anyone here has kept freshwater barracuda before. A store nearby has some red-tailed barracuda and thinking I may need to give them a shot. I have not. And I don't personally know of anybody that has. I've seen people talk about them on some of the forums. I'm going to date myself in my fish keeping on some forums previously, but I've not had any personal experience that I could help you out there with, Austin, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I have almost pulled the trigger several times throughout my life and never done it. Just because I didn't want them killing everything else in the tank. So it's the same thing with the needle-nosed gars. I've looked at those so many times over the years. I'm just not a big predator fish guy.
Absolutely. T.A.N.K, Aqua, Robert, have a great night. He said, see you guys there. Good night and great stream. Haven't hung out with you in a while, so I'm looking forward to getting to see you again, Robert. Hope you've been doing well, my friend.
Heck yeah, I was just thinking about Robert today. I was hoping we would see him. I didn't see anything that he said, but it's great that Robert was here.
Absolutely. Have a great night, my friend. Melvin, hello. Good to see you. Melvin Reef saying hi. And we had Kenny Parrott of Aquatic Marine throwing down a $50 super sticker with that little video game guy kicking around and punching. Super effective. Kenny, appreciate your support and everything you do, not just for the hobby, but also for myself and Fish Room Fever. I appreciate it. I mean, this guy, he's been a huge supporter of the channel and myself since, back at the beginning. I think I maybe had a couple hundred subscribers when he first took over Aquatic Marine, and he was very embracing and enthusiastic to do anything he could to help out the channel, to help out the community. So thank you so much for that, buddy. Always appreciated. Get you some sleep. Be ready for Monday, because we're going to have a nice powwow session and get these things checked off the list for Aquaticon. I can't believe it's only 2 weeks away.
Man.
Mike's Aquatics and Things. Been a member for 20 months using his member super chat there. Says, Ed, so good seeing you back. Love you both. We love you too, Mike. I think I've got a Facebook message from you I need to respond to. But it's been a little hectic between being sick and, again, having a baby running around, a 15-month-old. That's a whole different mindset than I'm used to. Like I said, it's been, my boys will be 9 and 11 this year, so it's been a while since there's been a little one in the house.
Wait, you have a little one in the house?
Yeah, we are helping take care of a 15-month-old, our nephew.
Whoa.
I won't go into a whole bunch of details, but he'll be hanging out with us for a while. He's been over at the house for a little bit, so it's been an adjustment period.
I bet,
but it's fun. It is fun having a little one around. Just in case says Fisher Fever, ever use UN tanks? Just bought a 21-gallon rimless lowboy from them, waiting for Saturday to set it up. So I have not personally. The only rimless that I have, well, I guess technically I have two now. I have a 7-porch that was gifted to me that I need to put up, but I've been waiting for all the right things to make it beautiful, because I want it to be something George Farmer would be proud of. And then I have one that I bought used on Craigslist. That's my 110-gallon community tank, which is actually the tank that you see back behind me that those fish are in. Everything else that I've had, I've typically bought either $1 per gallon, or I've bought just used stuff off Craigslist, and it's always been kind of just your basic American trimmed tanks. So I've not done a whole lot with the rimless. I've not used the UN that I'm aware of. I'm not even sure what brand this 110-gallon is behind me, but I don't have a lot of experience with them. Ed, what about you?
I have one rimless, and well, no, I guess I have, but I've got a couple. But I've got one that it's more of a pain in the butt, because I've lost so many fish jumping out. Yeah, that's the worst thing. I wish I would have made it a little pea puffer tank right off the bat. Something I know that's not going to jump out.
Yeah. Well, and I guess my
beautiful tank.
It is absolutely. They're gorgeous. They're definitely meant for viewing more than the trimmed tanks are, than the rim tanks are. My one big piece of advice, though, would be make sure when you set it up that the surface you're putting it on is completely clean and cleared and free of debris. And typically you want to put some padding underneath it. Like they have little foam mats, or you can buy some foam matting to put underneath it, because you don't have that trim for it to sit on as kind of a safety zone, if you will. With that big flat piece of glass sitting directly on something, you want to make sure that you don't, get a piece of gravel under it, or get anything under there that could cause an uneven pressure point that could cause structural damage. That would be my one big thing. Christopher, I'm going to butcher your last name. Medeiros says, "You're awesome, dude. Keep doing what you're doing." Christopher, you are awesome, my friend. I thank you so much for that. I love you guys. I really, really do. It's always nice to come on here and get the love and support from you all hanging out. 100 people hanging out with us on a Thursday night. Very much appreciate you. And comments like that just make my day. Especially after this past month. Ed's been out. I've been missing my buddy. I've been worried about him. Life's been crazy. I've missed a couple shows, so I'm out of my rhythm. So it's nice to get the positive feedback and the love and support from you all when we come back and do these things after we're kind of out of the loop for a little bit.
Oh, wow. Bunny Viper says that yoga mats work great. And they're cheaper, and the pad is thicker.
That is a great suggestion, Bunny Viper. 100%. Definitely.
That bunny.
Yeah, I feel like if you bought a pad specifically designated as for an aquarium, you're going to spend a lot more than you really need to. So yeah, yoga mat would be great. look to those DIY options for padding versus
You know
going
what
for something that's branded for it.
I've used is that I'm trying to remember. DuPont maybe made it. It's the real thin foam that you put behind your artificial siding.
Okay.
It's light blue. I used to use that in Missouri all the time when I lived there. But you could buy like I can't move my arms that way, but a really big roll, but a lot bigger than this. I mean,
very nice.
Like this.
That's a good one there. All right, I missed a couple things when the chat jumped. I'm going to hop back up here. You got Vibes Aquatic says, peace out, y'all. Thanks, Fish Room Fever in Chattanooga. Ed for the live stream. Vibes, peace out. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. In a couple minutes, we're going to be headed over to Chattanooga Ed's YouTube channel for Crafted. Going to have some fun over there. Get down to this one here. Melvin says, Fish Fam Radio 96 USA is back. James and Ed this Monday it made it reboot debut as Tank Club Radio 96 USA AAA. Great information there, Melvin. Thanks for letting us know about the reboot on that, my friend. Melvin's always got something he's got in the works. He's got going on. It's fun to watch all the different projects he has. And ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations says, I have a 17-month-old and a 6-week-old son. I feel you. Yeah, thank goodness we don't have a little one. But yeah, it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different game once you get used to your kids being older. So, but it's fun. It is. I've grown fond of the little guy. He'll hang out and we'll sit and watch some TV and play. And he's got the cutest laugh. I love it. I tickle the little guy. He's just got the cutest laugh. But I digress. So we will move on. Get down to here. Pegasus Arena says, Yumi and Ed should do a special stream together once the new baby is here so everyone can meet the new member of the fish family. And it's been a long time since we streamed together. Yes, I won't commit Ed to anything because it all depends on how he's feeling. And he's got to have more surgeries. But definitely would love to get together and do something with Urena. It has been too long. And it's always fun when we hang out. So that would be cool. We just try and figure out the schedule on that.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee I probably won't do next week's stream because I'm sure I'm going to be having a surgery either Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Well, and I will get us another special guest lined up for next week in lieu of Ed. So we'll still have a show next week, but our buddy won't be here. But he'll come back after that. Sarah J. Sieber says, 100 watching, I feel like that calls for an Ed dance. I don't have the Ed dance on mine. Ed has the Ed dance on his. I didn't want to infringe on his trademarking of the Ed dance.
Yep, sorry.
We'll have to get you an Ed dance over on Crafted over there.
Oh.
See. Shanester 1331 says, can someone please post the Crafted link for me? Absolutely. We will get that in the chat here in just a moment. That way we can all head over there together and hang out. If you've got any last minute questions or comments you'd like us to read live on the air, feel free to throw those in the chat now. I am at the bottom and we can grab those real quick. But other than that, we're going on 58 minutes. So 2 minutes left. We'll head over to Ed's. I know you said you don't really have anything in particular planned tonight. But some people did say they would just watch an hour of you petting the cat. So, we'll go. Well, everybody loves Nico.
Yeah, and baby cat's in here too. She just walked by.
Very
we'll
cool.
See what
very
happens.
cool. I really don't have much to report on my end. I will sneak a hint at this. I hate to mention things before they're finalized, but I do still need to go out and look at the property I've mentioned a couple times. We may be moving to that sooner than expected. So I'm kind of locked into a land lease where I'm at, but at the same time, I may be able to move our home. For anybody that doesn't know, we own a single-wide mobile home, but I rent property in a trailer park right now. I have some property that we're going to be moving to, which is going to open up a lot of options. For the fish keeping, amongst other things, being able to eventually build out the fish palace is what the end goal there is. But there's some water that runs through it, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to be bringing you all along. I'm going to do some members only stuff show you all kind of the process of moving out there and what we're getting into. So that's the only real news I have. New Local Austin is waiting for that sweet tagline. I'll give it to you in just a second, buddy. Christopher, thank you so much. Says, great stream, great people, positive energy. Thank you for another great stream. Thumbs up, smiley face, and we appreciate you too, Fish from Fever. I love you guys. We're going to go check out Chattanooga Ed's YouTube channel. Link will be in the chat once again as we sign off here. As always, Ed, thank you so much for being here, and I'm really glad you came through this okay. To be honest, I was worried. I don't know what I'd do without my buddy. You're a great friend, and I love you, guy. So I'm glad you came through it all right.
Thank you, man.
Until next time, a huge thank you to all the moderators, members, lurkers, listeners, super chatters, contributors, questioners, commentators. Of course, Kenny from Aquatic Marine hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate him as well. Until next time, here you go, New Local Austin. Keep your fish healthy. Keep yourselves healthy. Don't be afraid to catch yourself a little fish from fever. Take care, everybody.